Hello and welcome, gentle viewers, cats and kittens, and everything in between. As always, I am your host, Spear and Magic Helmet, and today we have a packed episode ahead of us. We will be going through the Yellow Valley, making friends and fame and fortune, and building up our popularity and doing good deeds and becoming the hero that we were destined to be. Along with that, we will be poor no more. We are going to do a money grinding trick that will fund our efforts for the rest of the game, so no more wandering around the world waiting for respawns so that we can get anything done. And, well, there'll still be some of that. And finally, if we do have a little bit of time, and I've planned my time right, then we have some time to do a little bit of adventuring as well, and see what we can do with that. So, without further ado, let's hop right in. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to pop on over to the left, gather anything that we come across. We are in the Yellow Valley Center right now. Anything that sprouts up here, we're gonna grab, especially these wonderful, gorgeous little healing berries that we need for the mighty Gavin. We're gonna get some roots. Now, we aren't going to be using alchemy. We're going to be buying potions instead of crafting in this. However, I would like to get the alchemy skill to have it as one of the achievements that we pick up along the way, because we are playing this game. We're not just speed running it. But also, because I'm trying to earn quest items rather than simply purchase them, I do need to build up my herbalism high enough to be able to collect some fire flowers and some night flowers for a quest that I'll need in the next valley, the Gray Valley, that's coming up. So, in the meantime, we are going to speak to the farmer's wife. Hello, wife. And she wants to cook lunch for the workers, but she lacks several ingredients, like 10 whole fish. Lots of mushrooms eaten in this world. I brought the farmer's wife the ingredients to prepare the meal. The farmer's wife was pleased that she didn't have to look for the missing ingredients throughout the whole village. She went straight to the kitchen. Thank you very much, milady. We're going to talk to the farmer. I can't keep quiet any longer. The miller is a cheat. The farmer delivered a dozen sacks of grain to the mill, but the miller refused to pay for it. Supposedly, the grain was moldy. The farmer is sure he sent good quality grain. Now he feels ripped off. All right, we are going to pop over to the left for a minute and see what we can get over here. More healing berries, but I lack the energy to continue. I will do some healing grinding off camera in a short amount of time. Right now, I'm just going to grab a bare minimum. Plus, I never showed you the animation for cooking this recipe anyway, so as promised, here we are. I'm just going to build up a quick 200 energy or so. There we go. What am I? I'm at 30 a shot right now, so I'll do this just a few times. After this, we're going to be working on getting alchemy, and we're going to be working on my brain just kind of shut down there for a second. We're going to be working on getting alchemy, and we're going to be working on unlocking the miller and the farmer so that we have the infinite money grind. So we will need everything that we can get to prepare for that. I have a little surprise that I've made for the money grind phase that will be very helpful for those of you that are playing at home and playing along with me. All right, so we should have the healing berries we need at this point. Mushies. So many mushies. I don't think these were here a second ago. All right, let's unlock the potion shop. Alchemist Gavin has the healing berries that he needed, all 12. Those are nice and juicy. Sorry, but I still need This time, Gavin wants me to bring him some animal teeth. I hope he just isn't pulling my leg with that alchemy lesson. Luckily, I do have the teeth. Thank you very much. What else might I still need? That's it. Take it as the first lesson. Those miraculous potions require a lot of ingredients. They sure do. Every good alchemist must have his own mortar, which I do. Excellent. We can start with something simple. Watch carefully what I'm doing. Watch super carefully because this is wildly complicated. You ready? You mix the berries in the mortar with the flowers, and a potion appears. You don't need to buy bottles or anything. Bottles are just like growing on trees in this world. You have made a good healing potion. You are talented indeed. I have learned the basics of alchemy. And I got an achievement for that. In here, you can see that I have a potion, and I can create one if I just get some healing flowers, which I will have soon enough, viewers, soon enough, as H.C. Bailey would say. All right, so now we're going to continue on our journey. Talk to L'Emilia. This time he's ready to welcome me. I'm sorry I was so rude. I'm upset because of the dispute with the farmer. The miller wanted to buy a dozen sacks of grain from the farmer, but the farmer sent him moldy grain. Of course, the miller refused to pay for the bad grain. So, one thing I forgot to do with Gavin is click on his potion shop. Oh, another gold fish. Did you see that? Love it. Love everything about that. I've got one now. So that is achieved. I don't need to worry so much about fishing anymore. What a relief. I'm curious what my fishing skill is right now because it's typically around 60 to 70 that I get fishing. 73. So yeah, it seems like usually you can get it around 60 to 70 if you fish and follow the pace that I'm following in this walkthrough. All right, we're going to talk to Gavin quickly and unlock his shop. Recently, I've been experimenting mainly with poisons and antidotes. I will give you a fair price if you bring me some interesting ingredients. So these are cheaper potions. This is a cheaper antidote and a cheaper poison than you can get otherwise, so you're going to be purchasing them here. And this is the only place that you can get the fire potion, which you will need. Otherwise, you can craft it yourself, but you've got to grind all the way up to that. You can also sell him ingredients, and it's about the same sale rate as the other one, but you can do it more granularly. You can sell one at a time instead of two. And we can sell our frogs. All right, let's see what poor Nora has to say. One of poor Nora's children is ill. She needs medicine and a hearty meal. I have the potion. Let's make that hearty meal for her. Kids love risole, right? I'm sure they do. Here's some risole. Got 52, just about what she needed. I gave Nora medicine and food. Let's hope her child will recover soon. And 2 experience. All right, and now Katrina wants to talk to us again. I noticed how you helped poor Nora. That was really nice of you. The poor woman's life is really tough. I'm also trying to help her as much as I can. Katrina rewarded me for helping poor Nora. Thanks, Caddy. I can call her Caddy, right? We're familiar now? We're chums. Sea Train? Uh-oh. I missed mushrooms. Must have all the mushrooms. Even though I don't need them. All right. Now, we're going to talk to our lovely friend Carter over here. Carter is apparently good chums with the miller and the farmer, or at least well acquainted with them. What do you have to tell us today, Carter? My fishing net is torn. No! That was my only fishing net. I have to. I must be equipped with all the things, even though I'm short on money. All right, Carter. Carter heard that I'm interested in the dispute between the farmer and the miller. He also feels sorry that the two can't come to an agreement. If only someone could help them reconcile. Carter told me that both the farmer and the miller were at fault. He was carrying sacks of grain from the farmer to the miller. It was very rainy that day. Carter tried to persuade the two to postpone the delivery until the next day, but they insisted that it had to be done despite the bad weather. That's both their faults. All right, so we're going to go up and we're going to chat with both of them. Yes, I agreed to transport the grain in the rain, so it's also my fault that the grain was ruined. So much of the perfectly good grain has gone to waste because of our foolishness. You can say that again. I'm out of arrows. I'll get them later. All right, what do you have to say, sir? Very well. I admit to my share of the blame. I shouldn't have agreed to transporting the grain in the rain. The miller is willing to pay the farmer for the full price of the moldy grain. That's right, a full 360, just like he did a 360 on his opinion. Ironic? Perhaps. I brought the farmer the payment from the miller for all of the grain. I knew the miller was an honorable man. I'm sorry I called him a cheat. The farmer doesn't want the miller to bear all the damage caused by their mutual mistake. It would be unfair. Therefore, he decides to send 6 sacks of grain to the miller for free. The farmer asked me to deliver them. They're just paying libations to each other at this point. I brought the free grain from the farmer to the miller. I didn't expect this. The farmer is a good man. The miller sincerely thanked me for resolving his dispute with the farmer. I got some bucks and 3 fame. And more importantly, we are unlocking... Do you need flour, friend? I'm selling it for a good price. We are unlocking the ability to turn grain into flour, which means infinite moolah is a-coming. Thanks to you, the miller and I are friends again. The farmer insisted that I accept the well-deserved reward for resolving his dispute with the miller. That's pretty cool. And I've unlocked this now. Alrighty. So, at this point, I'm going to be selling my extra stuff. As much of it as I can. We're going to just drop all of the algae. We're keeping the fire flowers because we need them. We're going to drop our magic mushrooms. And I got an achievement for having 1,000 gold. Our goal is going to be to have at least 2,000. Over here, we're going to drop the frogs. And we'll drop some poison sacks too, because they're good money. All right, we have about $2,600. So, I've created a spreadsheet in Google Docs. It's available in the description for the video if you'd like to access it. It's view only, so if you'll have to make a copy for yourself if you want to use the chart. But I also have this example table that starts with 2,000, so you get the basic idea. And it tells me what I'm going to need to make the money as I grind. So currently, I have $2,662. So on the first run, I'm going to want to buy 70 grain, and that'll give me enough money left over, the 350 needed left over, to convert it for flour. So I will get grain, I will convert it to flour, and then I'm going to sell it in the Green Valley Inn for money. So here we go. And because they're unlocked on the map, I don't need to run around, and I can do this fairly quickly. So 2,662. I will buy 10 grain, or 70 grain. I will run over here, convert it to flour. I have 71 because I got 1 extra. And I am going to pop on over to the inn. Whoops, not that one. This one. The innkeeper. And I'm going to sell him, make him an offer that he can't refuse, and sell all that money. And just as the spreadsheet predicted, I have the money I need to do this. And I am going to keep doing this over and over again until I have about $55,000 to $60,000. If you do $50,000, you should be okay as well. But I don't recommend it because then you're going to have to forage and sell things at the end of the game, and you're going to have to watch your money really carefully. It's just easier to have the money that you need, and it doesn't take that much longer. This will take about 35 minutes if you run through pretty smoothly. So I'm going to leave now. I will pop back in when I get achievements for this, because I will be getting the achievement for having a whole lot of moolah. Which one is that? Right here. So when I hit 5,000, I'll cut back in so you can see me get 5,000. And then after that, I will see you when I am a wealthy man. Yada da 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 da. And there we are, 5,000 gold coin achievement unlocked. That is the top achievement you get for money. So we are in good shape right now. All right, and we're back. It's been about half an hour. We've gone down the line. We've clicked 1,000,000 times, and we have gotten down to 62,252 gold. So we have more than ample what we need for the rest of the game. So here we are. Here is the money on tap. And we are going to do a little bit of shopping now. We do need 8 more flour, so just in case you felt bad that you didn't get to see this, we're going to grab a little handful of flour. And this is just for quests for the rest of the game that we need to fulfill fetch quests. There's no real way to get enough flour organically. There is no way to get this organically, so that is the way that you get it. We are also going to go ahead and buy 5 of every weapon and equipment in the game, which are all for sale here. We'll need much more than 5, so if you see me getting more than 5, like 6 or whatever, it's really not a big deal. We're going to use them all. We're going to buy 300 arrows. We'll buy 5 of each equipment. And by 5, I'll grab some of these as well. We have enough money where we can be a little bit careless now. I'm going to pick up 100 fishing flies, although I don't really need them anymore because I've done all the fishing, but it's good to be able to do it to use up some time because we're going to have to pass the time to make things respawn. We're going to pick up a whopping 200 healing potions, and it won't even be close to how many we need. Just something to start with, though. This is the only place I think you can get magic potions unless you make them yourself, so I'm going to pick up 100 here. I'm going to pick up 50 antidotes and 50 poisons. And 50 fire potions. I'm going to buy 20 wood. 25 is close enough. And we're going to buy 2,000 food. You can make it if you want, if you don't mind making 2,000 food. It doesn't take that long, but you do have to get all the stuff for it, and you will need some of that stuff to fulfill quests later on. Like there's quests where you need to give away fish and meat to people, so you'll have to go back and build that up again. So it's just easier to buy it here. And I am going to go hunting and fishing. And what I'm going to be doing is building up my skills and doing some building up of my herbalism and things like that. And I'd like to try to get 10 deer antlers. Normally I'd be looking for golden fish if I didn't have one as well. And what I think I'm going to do, because I'm not going to be exploring anything new at all in the game, is I am going to meet you back here when I'm done with all of that. So I will bow out just for a little bit, and I will see you in a minute, right after I wipe out the local bird population. See you in a minute. Hey, we got an achievement. We have become invincible. And we do that by getting at least 1,000 strength. So that's pretty fantastic. One more down. See you in a minute. Hey, a point in combat. Not too bad. Looks like I might not get any else in here, but very nice. I also, since I have you on the screen for a second, there was a crate over where I'm pointing with my mouse, and I got deer antlers from it. Good to know about these crates that have highly relevant loot, so that you can focus on them and try to make sure you catch them anytime you go by. Hey, another point of combat. That's pretty good. We're making good headway here. One thing while I have you again, when you pick up mushrooms, like for example down here there's some poisonous mushrooms, and you're going for the achievement, you can see right now I need 442 mushrooms. If I pick these up, I get 4 poisonous mushrooms, so that 442 is going to be a 446. So as I'm working towards my achievements, it's not you have to pick up mushrooms 800 times, it's you have to actually accumulate numerically 800 mushrooms. I also picked up a extra pearl on the way, so I'm well on my way to finding 24 of these. Finding pearls can be in a treasure chest or a crate, as well as the one that you obtain from the boy, or ones you find in the water. So it's finding of any type. You don't have to just find them through the water. I've been finding lots of crates, so this one is going to take me a while, but I'm on track to get it by the end of the game. And the eggs, I've got a ways to go. Foxes, I'm pretty close on, so 4 more foxes and I'm there. 100, this easily, very, very easy achievement to get. And I'm working pretty far along on most of the other things I hope to achieve, which is really nice. 100 berries is only healing berries, I think, so that one gets a little rough to get, but the flowers are all specifically flowers. You can't get it for healing berries. And we have just gotten to the point where we've unlocked the flowers, just as I was going through now. So I'm just able to get those. I've also been able to pick up a good amount of deer. Going into this, antlers. Going into this, they say deer and it's a buck. It's not a deer. Going into this, I had 1 antler, and I currently have 8. I only need 10, so I'm definitely going to be hitting my 10 limit before the end of the game, because one of the post-game pieces of content is when you need 10 antlers for a mini quest. Alright, with all of that being said, I will dip out one more time, and I will see you in a few screens. Alright, we're back at Yellow Valley Center. I cleared out this screen except for healing flowers since I just unlocked them. I thought you'd be interested to see it. That is the first time I've been able to pick those up. Just to catch you up with where we are, I broke 2 fishing poles, but I bought 5, and I bought 5 hooks and 5 nets while I was out, as well as running through my trek. I have 9 out of the 10 deer antlers. I found 1 more after my little cut. And things are looking pretty good. As you see, out of that 56,000 or whatever gold, or 62, I've already used a lot of my gold. So I really am using all the gold that I pick up along the way. So this is where we stand. I also thought this might be a good time to do a quick breakdown on wear and tear on items. I'll do weapons later, but for now, if you have a bow and you want to know how often it breaks, it's every 100 strength that you use with a bow will cause it to break. A shovel is 100 strength. You will probably need like 2 shovels for the entire game, unless you're really grinding, and then maybe 3. A pickaxe, I had a little trouble with this one, but it seems to break after about 125 strength. A sickle is 100 strength. A fishing pole is 60 strength. A fishing net is 120 strength. A hook is 100 strength. A mortar breaks after 25 uses. And a hammer breaks after 110 strength. We will be using hammers for blacksmithing later on. All right, so why don't we go ahead and continue our story. We're going to go on a little bit of adventuring. I think we have time in this video for one more quick adventure before we call it a day. We're going to go left, and we are going to pick up these healing flowers, and we are going to fight that hound up there. The Hound of Baskerville. And once we clear the brush, I broke my sword, but I have 5. Once we clear the brush, we'll be able to get up there and see what's going on up here. And we're going to be going on a mini killing spree. Still collecting everything because we've got a lot of achievements yet to get. We're going to kill the wild boar. Sounds like my last date. My last date was a wild boar. Dad here. I'll be here all day. Pull the veil back just a little bit and see what lies beyond. And we got a goat. I'm going to slay the goat. Pick up the chest, which has a rock in it. That's actually iron ore. First little bit we ever get with that iron ore. Healing flowers next to healing flowers. You'll love to see it. I suppose I can show you this too. When I do want to make a healing potion, that's what it looks like. Later batches of healing potions, you can sometimes make 2 in a run instead of 1. Later batches, you'll be able to make multiple once you've grinded up your alchemy skill a little bit. Grab some shroomies. Grab another boar. I watched the TV show Alone on the History Channel, and I gotta tell you, hunting all this stuff in real life seems a lot harder than it does in this show. I mean, in the game. We're gonna dip down here, maybe? No, we're gonna pass on that just for the time being. We're gonna kill this hound first. And we're gonna talk with the lovely Mr. Adam after we pick up this crate. Hey, Adam, things don't look so good for you, buddy. Hey, you! If you're a bandit, just so you know, I don't have anything. Leave me alone. I encountered a merchant on the road. His cart has been crushed by a rockfall. I explained that I wasn't a bandit, always a good thing to explain, just passing by on my way to Grey Valley. My name is Adam. I'm sorry I called you a bandit. Adam hates robbers. It wouldn't be the first time they'd ambush someone in these mountains. Looking at his heavily damaged cart, I can see that he might need some help. Thank you very much, but I don't need any help. I've already spoken with my brother-in-law. He will be here soon. I'm afraid you won't be able to get to the Grey Valley this way. The mountain pass is completely blocked. What a shame. Makes me mad enough to kill a fox. And we've gotten Master Hunter. We are at full archery now. All right, just real quick. What does the farmer's wife have to say? The farmer's wife had a favorite lamb that wandered off some time ago. If I find it, I'll recognize it by its copper bell. All right, I happen to know where that bell is. I'm just going to pop in this cave. There's probably an innocent little sheep in here, right? This seems like the type of place an innocent little sheep would hang out. Got better at combat. I'm very happy about that. Very lovely. Very jovial. Got some teeth, which I do not need until much later in the game. There is one more time when I think you need either 12 or 20 teeth. It's 12 teeth. You will give them to somebody to create a dragon's tooth. And I guess I didn't read it. You get the bell, copper bell there. I have the bell for you, milady. I gave the farmer's wife the copper bell, which I found in the hound den. She immediately recognized the bell from her favorite lamb. It was certainly killed by the hounds. Alas, such things happen. The farmer's wife packed a heap of tasty food for my trouble. That was nice of you, lady. Next, we're going to chat with the worker here. The helper can't work in the fields because of vicious snakes. He can't deal with them on his own. They do look like vicious snakes. But if you examine them, they are, in fact, vicious snakes. That is their name. All right, vicious snakes. I don't recommend trying to do this before you get your money because you have to buy 6 antidotes and a silver sword if you don't have one already. This is a nice place to pick up a little bit of combat skill as well. There's going to be a 4th snake that appears in a second. I'm going to kill that one too for the combat. 3 combat out of 3. That was nice. The problem with snakes in the field is resolved. And that's it. And I got a potion back for it too. Thanks, that one potion really helps me. Alrighty, we got the bell. We chatted with Adam. We killed all the snakes, the sneaky snakes. We are going to go right and speak with the mayor. Hello, mayor. Are you saying that the mountain pass is blocked? That's not good. We're completely cut off from the northern valleys. But maybe. The mayor remembered there is another way north. The cave behind the cemetery is connected to the old mine. I could get to the mine in the Gray Valley through the old tunnel. But that way is perilous. And there's one more thing. A long time ago, dangerous monsters had moved into the old mine. Since then, the passage to the tunnels has been sealed off with a thick iron fence. However, there is a key that can open the gate in the fence. The key should be with the mayor, with me, but many years ago, bandits raided the village and, among other things, stole the mayor's chest. The key for the iron fence was in the stolen chest. I can't get to the Gray Valley without the key. Alrighty. So we're going to head on to the right. We're going to build up our herbalism skill as we go. I would love to see a fire or sun solution in this chest. It's a mortar. I don't need mortars. I'm very curious about that bug that I mentioned earlier where I think they're called fire potions in the entire game, but in that one spot they're called sun solutions. I'd really like to get to the bottom of that, but it's been a long time since I saw that, and I didn't record when I did. So I may be crazy. You may be right. I may be crazy. But then again, it just might be a lunatic that you're looking for. We're going to wipe these out over here. I'm not going to fish anymore unless I need to. especially on video. I mean, I'll grab the algae for the money, but it's not like I need the money either, so I don't even know why I'm doing that. Just to pass the time, I guess. It helps things respawn. But I don't need to fish anymore for anything, really. Jewelry. I need 1 jewelry on hand by the end of the game for a post-game quest. All right, we are going to build our combat up to 42 before we go on this quest, because if we don't, we're probably going to have to stop halfway through. Luckily, we've had good fortune. We got one during the spider fight in the Green Valley, and we had a bunch from killing those snakes. So what I'm hoping is if I dip into this cave and I kill the rest of these zombies, I'll get my combat up. I'm going to kill them. Even if I get one right away, I'm going to kill all of them. Yep, still going to kill. You're still dead, Dooms. Well, dead again, I guess. We're also going to reveal a pretty big little monster hanging out up here. Oh, he's a big one. Oh, yeah, he is. Zombie over here. I'm not sure if I have a torch, but I do have a torch. I picked one up in a crate. Here we go. We have a devilish ogre, and he needs 75 combat, and we're at 42, so we are not going to be able to kill him yet for a long time. I don't like this devilish ogre. Could he be a plot point? Nah, not that. I'm going to pick up the mushrooms just because I need them for the achievement. And I'm going to click the rabbit because I clicked on it once already and I've got to clean out my mess. And we are going to pop back over to the cemetery. We have the combat needed. And we are going to initiate the quest. For this quest, we are going to go to the journey to the Grey Valley. We need the following things. We need 118 strength. Got them. 5 healing potions. 17 magic potions. 2 torches. I do not have torches. I will go pick some up. A shield. A warhammer. 2 warhammers. And a silver warhammer. So other than the torches, I'm looking good. I will pop on over and grab myself a bunch of torches and rope, because why not? And hammers. I'm going to pick up my grandfather's hammer. And let's go on a good old-fashioned killing spree, shall we? I'm also really quick, once the veil pulls away, I'm going to dip into that crypt and see if that big zombie that's down there respawned. I'd like to kill it for the combat. I'll kill the other 2 while I'm here too. If you are overpowered when you face an enemy, it's less likely that they will give you combat skills. So you should fight peer enemies that are near to impossible for you to kill as often as you can while they're at that level, so that you can grind your combat up as far as possible. And pick up this loot that I didn't get last time. Just a few things, but the night flowers are nice because I need them for a quest item. This is a difficult to get into chest. We will not be getting that for quite some time. We'll be in the 4th valley by the time we do that. We are not quite ready to kill a bear, but we will be soon. All right, let's get into this cave and see what's going on. Let's size up the situation, shall we? We're going to kill some skeletons. That's right, Mr. Skelly. I got you down. Skeleton schmeleton. There's their pushovers. I'm going to put down an eternal flame. And what have we here? We've got a tainted zombie. I want to kill his face. I got to kill his face. A I'm not gonna let the tainted zombies get away from me. That's way too many syllables for that song. Once I ran from them, now I run to them, giving me so much combat value. Tainted zombies, yeah, you're going down. Ooh. Notice the crystal over here. This barrel, from what I've seen so far, can either have 2 sulfur or an iron ore, or a silver ore. And you might have noticed I missed a crate towards the top right over there as well. This crate can either have 2 lockpicks or a magic potion, from what I've seen in my playthroughs, or a magic potion. That's what you said. That's what I said. All right, we're getting some stuff along the way. I like that undead creatures drop loot. It's kind of fun. And we find the lock. The path is sealed with a thick iron bar fence. I need a key to open the gate. But we kind of knew that. And we're going to kill this bear. And before we end up the episode for today, I'm going to go to Green Valley and pick up those 2 bears too, because they are a good way to grind up my XP. This one is now in my ability. Got him. They give you fur sometimes. You think bears would give you fur every time. I don't know what bear you could kill that doesn't give you fur. Maybe it has mange or something. Night flowers are on our radar, but we're pretty far away still. We're at 52. We need to get to 60. Down here, we have the last bear that is unkilled. I think this is the last one in the game, but I also can't resist all of these eggs as I depopulate, because I am not just a hero, but a bioterrorist. We're going to kill this one. Do I get a combat? Do I get a combat? Nope. Just a whole lot of fur and a broken spear. Alrighty. Well, with that in mind, we are going to wrap up this episode today. Thank every one of you for coming. If you feel like you've got something to say, nice, mean, wonderful, terrible, you want to tell me how terrible my accents are, anything at all, please leave it in the comments below. I'd really love to hear from you. If you feel like this video has entertained you, I'd love to have a like. It really helps out the channel. And if you'd like to see more, and there is more to come, please subscribe, and you can see every video as they come out. Thank you all very much, and have a lovely day.